The Taiwanese Army has decided to deploy its American-origin M1A2 Abrams main battle tanks, MBTs, in upcoming live-fire drills as clouds of invasion loom large over the Taiwan Strait. This decision come after Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy J-15 fighters came within 50 meters of a Japanese surveillance aircraft in what officials have called an unusual maneuver, announced this week. The fighter from aircraft carrier CNS Shandong 17 carried out the unusual maneuvers against Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force P-3C Orion Maritime Patrol Aircraft, MPA, over the Philippine Sea last weekend. Taiwanese local media reported that the new M1A2 Abrams will participate in the live-fire training exercise to be held by the Army's Armor Training Command in Hsinchu County. Earlier, the Fisheries Agency had announced that Armor Training Command would hold live-fire training with surface weapons, with a range up to 2,000 feet at the county's Kengziku range from June 16 to mid-July. The agency said that at least some of this training will be conducted at night, but did not specifically mention the participation of Abrams MBTs. The M1A2T Abrams main battle tank, specifically the variant or configuration being offered to Taiwan. The T likely denotes a tailored version for the Taiwanese military. The M1A2 Abrams is a well-known and advanced tank, and the M1A2T would incorporate specific features and upgrades requested by Taiwan. The M1A2T tanks of live-fire exercises for the tanks is planned before they are formally commissioned into service. As per previous reports, the Army intends to commission the M1A2T tanks in the second half of this year. The first batch of 38 U.S. origin M1A2 tanks from a 108-unit order reached the port of Taipei in New Taipei's Bali district in December 2024. The next order, comprising approximately 42 tanks, is scheduled for delivery before the end of this month, with the remaining 28 tanks to be delivered over the next year. The participation of these state-of-the-art tanks in the upcoming drills is significant, particularly in light of the expanding Chinese military presence in the Taiwan Strait. China considers Taiwan a renegade Chinese province and has vowed to occupy it, with force if necessary. The Chinese People's Liberation Army forces regularly simulate encircling and occupying Taiwan, as well as cutting off Taiwan to restrict external assistance in the event of a forced unification. According to military analysts and U.S. officials, the invasion could be launched as early as 2027. The U.S. Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, told the audience at the recently concluded Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore that China's attempt to conquer Taiwan by force could be imminent. Separately, Admiral Samuel Paparo, the commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, has issued more serious warnings. Speaking of frequent Chinese military drills surrounding Taiwan, he told a congressional armed services besides these rather direct warnings, there have been subtle hints that allude to a potential invasion preparation, including the presence of barges. A fleet of enormous amphibious barges, known as the Shuiqiao, or Water Bridge, class, is being developed and deployed by China. These barges can construct a long, floating bridge that allows for the quick deployment of troops and equipment, possibly facilitating an invasion of Taiwan. On its part, Taiwan continues to add new and modern capabilities and train its forces for a potential D-Day. Although Taipei generally focuses on asymmetric warfare, it has also acquired some of the most advanced heavy combat platforms from the United States, including the Abrams main battle tank, MBT. Experts have noted that while any cross-strait conflict between the two states is expected to take place on the sea and in the air, Taiwan would still need significant ground-based firepower to attack Chinese tanks that might invade the island state. Moreover, experts believe that the capability of these cutting-edge tanks to shoot from mountaintops will be essential in thwarting an invasion. Taiwan's existing tank fleet, including M60A3s and CM11s, has been in service for over 30 years and is considered outdated against modern PLA capabilities. The M1A2T represents a significant upgrade, replacing these older models and enhancing Taiwan's ground strike and fire support capabilities. The M1A2T, a custom variant of the M1A2 Abrams designed specifically for Taiwan, represents a leap forward in technology compared to the Army's existing fleet of tanks. Equipped with a 120mm main gun and advanced aiming systems, The Abrams offers Taiwan's armed forces a major upgrade in firepower, precision, and speed. The Abrams also boosts twice the speed of Taiwan's current tanks, which will improve troop reinforcement response times during operations. To enhance combat cooperation and survivability, the tanks are equipped with a customized Taiwanese Battle Management System (BMS) and sophisticated composite armor. This will enhance their ability to counter the modern anti-armor threats of the PLA forces. The Abrams will enhance Taiwan's capability to engage targets successfully while remaining concealed, thanks to thermal management technology that reduces heat signatures and enhanced aiming capabilities reputedly 5 times more accurate than Taiwan's current tanks. After the arrival of the US-made M1A2T tanks in Taiwan, China's state-run media began criticizing the purchase, portraying it as a strategic mistake. However, even though the tank may face challenges navigating across rugged Taiwanese mountains that cover about 2/3 of the island and densely populated urban areas in the west due to its weight, it remains the most advanced armor capability in the Taiwanese arsenal to date. According to a source earlier cited by the Taipei Times, the new tanks are decades more advanced than their predecessors, with aiming capabilities more than 5 times superior and a continuous hit rate unmatched by current vehicles. Paul Huang, a research fellow at the Taiwan Public Opinion Foundation (TPOF), defended the purchase of US-made Abrams tanks. He said that despite criticisms about their size and suitability for Taiwan, they are one of the most practical and survivable options if used properly. Huang emphasized, despite many bad analysis take they are unsuitable, too big for Taiwan, M1 tanks are actually among the more sensible and survivable platforms for TW, if operated correctly. Taiwan's defense experts point out that the M1A2T tanks are particularly useful for anti-landing operations along the 14 beaches that can be used by the PLA for launching an invasion. By strategically placing these tanks near vital landing areas, such as Lingkou and Hukou in northern Taiwan, they can utilize their lethality and durability to counter Chinese amphibious attacks. The tanks can help ambush advancing PLA forces from high ground or along highways to prevent or delay the establishment of a beachhead, a crucial stage in an invasion. The Abrams tanks would also complement Taiwan's layered defense approach, which includes anti-ship missiles, HIMARS rocket launchers, artillery, and attack helicopters as earlier lines of defense against a PLA invasion. Additionally, the tanks would likely serve as a final line of defense, engaging surviving PLA forces that reach Taiwan's shores. The delivery of the Abrams, although slightly behind schedule, serves as an example of cooperation between the US and Taiwan. Though the US adheres to the One China principle, it is arming Taiwan to help it build capability against China.